Welcome to the video. Before we begin, if not already, please take a moment to subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot. And click the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload. Comment your little heart out. And most of all, please enjoy. Now back to the video. Stephen King. Say what you will about his movie and TV adaptations, he has a way of making the most mundane things terrifying. Christine, cars. Cujo, dogs. Pet Sematary, cats. Carrie, teenagers. Gerald's Game, sex. I grew up around San Francisco, so fog was nothing new, so you couldn't see as far, big deal. Stephen King had an answer for that too. I liked this story so much I reread it several times, back to back. Plus, I've always wanted to know what it was like to live in a supermarket. This is The Mist. Artist David, played by Thomas Jane, his wife, Kelly Colin Linz, and their son, Billy, played by Nathan Gamble, hide out during a sudden storm. What a nice collection of art. Be a shame if something happened to it. Nobody talks about Arbor Night. The next morning, the power's out, and all kinds of shit is wrecked. Like a bad neighbor, my tree fucked your boathouse. The tree is owned by his neighbor, Norton, played by Andre Braugher. There was once a property line dispute, not part of the movie, just part of their backstory, which David won, and Norton's been an ass about it ever since.
Just think we should trade insurance info.
Hey, your boathouse backed into my tree. Finding some common ground, they go into town, leaving the wife at home. The supermarket is packed with panicked shoppers, yet notice nobody is hoarding toilet paper. While there, we're introduced to Ollie, played by Toby Jones, and Marcia Gay Harden as the indomitable Mrs. Carmody. Oh, I can tell, she's going to be a delight. Some soldiers get stuck as well. I'm sure they'll come in handy later. These two are dating. She'll be thanking him for his service tonight. Well, that don't sound good.
Oh my God.
Dan Miller warns of danger in the mist.
Something in the mist!
What mist? Oh, that mist. It looks like Matthew McConaughey exhaled. Melissa McBride plays Mother of the Year.
I can't stay here. Wanda's looking after little Victor. She's only 8.
Laurie Holden as Amanda. She's part of the good group. Miss Carmody starts forming the bad group with her preaching and judging and being generally unpleasant. While in back, David hears something odd outside. Nobody else hears it, of course, but someone has to go outside to unblock the generator's exhaust.
Okay, I'll do it.
I want to go.
And suddenly, there are volunteers to go outside. Keep in mind, this is the same group that only a little while ago would not walk a lady to her car because of what might be outside. Especially when it turns into a pissing contest.
I'm not convinced that you heard anything.
You guys gonna let this kid risk his life over a generator that doesn't even matter?
Would you just shut the fuck up?
Alright, go outside, see if I care. Right away, we get characters we can't wait to see die.
The next time you got something to say, you count your teeth. Because I'm sick to death of your bullshit.
So, they open the door. Nothing out there after all, right?
What the fuck?
The Shermanator is grabbed. They can't hold him very long. Maybe if they had more help? Hey, Beavis, it's like hentai.
Yeah, hentai.
Oh, I got dog food in my mouth. No, I don't want to die like this. I don't know, maybe I do. The Shermanator is Shermanated. You know, I don't want to say I told you so.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I told you so.
Don't say anything to anybody.
Let's not tell the others yet. I really want to surprise them later.
What the hell were those tentacles even attached to?
I have a guess.
That's how we're gonna stop that thing getting in here. Yeah, but the entire front of this door is plate glass.
To gain some credibility so nobody else goes outside, they bring in Norton. Of course, he doesn't believe them.
I'm sorry, I'm just not that stupid.
And he's an asshole about it for some odd reason. This is turning into genuine class warfare.
Oh, please, please! This is payback for the lawsuit that I filed against him last year, and you...
This is one of a few conversations that insinuate someone being better than others because they went to college, they live in a big city, and so on. They really like to point out in this movie how society will break down as soon as the creature comforts are taken away. It's a little different these days, doesn't it? If one asshole won't listen, just tell everyone. Even when presented with freaking proof, we get the understatement of the century.
It appears we may have a problem of some magnitude here.
And of course, zealots got a zealot.
Well, if you need a friend, I have a friend. God.
Yeah, God's your friend, but will he pick you up at the airport?
The day I need a friend like you, I'll just have myself a little squat and shit one out.
Well, isn't that special?
That we all prepare to meet our maker.
Shut up, lady.
I don't want that scary lady.
She scares us too, kiddo.
Do you happen to have a gun in the store?
Does this look like a Walmart to you? Amanda sure ain't lacking, and Ollie's a badass.
Anybody know how to shoot it?
I do.
Hail Hydra.
We're going out.
Oh, just let him go.
You'll die out there. All of you.
A brave biker decides to grab a shotgun from a truck parked out front, so they tie a rope to him so they can drag his dead ass back. This ain't so bad, it's like Snoop Dogg's living room. Suddenly, this tug-of-war becomes very one-sided. You saw Squid Game, you know how this works. It's not as apparent visually, but by everyone's reactions, you can tell this is blood. He's dead, but his 501s are still looking good.
Now do you believe?
You can count on the local military base to have impeccable eyebrow waxing skills. Leave it to bugs to ruin any picnic. Ah! They forgot bugs are attracted to light, didn't they? Yep, they sure did. This brings on their predators.
Holy shit!
Because there's always a bigger fish. Everything that can go wrong does. Some get in. Amanda forgets how lighters work, and a girl gets stung. A guy sets himself and half the store on fire, and another dude gets eaten. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Stinger, do it, do it. Come on, do it. I'm not alone in this, am I? No matter what dimension they come from, animals can sense evil. They at least know enough to not stick it in crazy.
You got issues, lady.
Now, this is only gonna go to her head, but Ollie's our hero. So they make it through with some casualties. You okay, hun? You're looking a bit puffy. For tonight's performance, the corpse will be played by Anne Phylactic. Well, now she's gaining followers. Hide your credit cards, people. She'll have a private jet in no time.
Mommy.
Well, maybe if your dad plays his cards right. The guy who burned himself is getting really bad. They don't have the right medicine in the store. I'll be back. Think more original recipe and less extra crispy. Others are finding their own means of escape. The pharmacy next door has the supplies they need, but they really need to get out of here, period.
You're talking about leaving?
The best reason?
You don't have much faith in humanity, do you?
None whatsoever.
Someone had to say it.
People are basically good, decent.
As long as the machines are working and you can dial 911, but you take those things away, you throw people in the dark, you scare the shit out of them. You'll see how primitive they get.
Oh my god, this explains a lot.
Scare people badly enough, you can get them to do anything.
This is just getting eerie.
They'll turn to whoever promises a solution.
I can see the smartass comments now. Please leave them, it helps my algorithm.
You'll walk out that door and be torn to shreds, and then your hellbound pride will have them come get the rest of us.
Come on, the axe. It would be so easy. Just one swing, bam, lights out. Come on, do it. It's so thick out here, you can almost hear Seth Rogen giggling in the distance. Maybe they'd get further if they walked rather than let the camera just dolly by them. The door's wide open, already a nope, so they go in. Grab the painkillers, antibiotics, and maybe some of those blue pills if you really want to party later. Before they get to the candy aisle, they find some people trapped in giant spider webs. Oh, hell no.
I'm sorry.
Just what do you have to be sorry for? Not making the spider wear a condom? Oh, not cool, Stephen King, not cool. Mama's back. Not only are these things nightmarishly huge, but they skeet acid webbing that eats through everything. Oh, and I just mopped.
Take it in the face!
Yeah, I ain't messing with her. They make it back minus a few members. And this only makes Carmody's case stronger, and unfortunately some of the weaker-minded get swayed.
What will end it? Let me hear it. So what are we talking about?
Expiation!
So you might be wondering, what is the definition of expiation?
Expiation The act or process of making atonement for something. For example, to make amends, you do something to make yourself feel better.
I don't think that's entirely accurate.
Bite me, sinner!
We need answers. Let's ask the soldiers what they know about the mist. Government scientists cause shit like this all the time. Well, they ain't talking, but they have enough to blame the military in general.
We got you now, you sorry son of a bitch!
People who shop in glass grocery stores should not throw stones. This makes the poor guy a scapegoat and an easy target for expiation.
Good use of the word.
The group turns ugly. Well, uglier. Oh, don't act shocked. You're loving this. And they toss him out as a sacrifice.
Money! Money!
Their plans to escape are hindered when they're found out by Queen Thundercunt.
You can't go out. I won't allow it.
Hey, our body's our decision. I knew this bitch was crazy, drinking straight from the milk bottle.
The blood of human sacrifice must come from them. We want the boy.
How? Why? What? I knew I didn't like this lady. Go Ollie.
Go Ollie!
It's just been revoked. Yes. Let's see that again. Let's see it again. Oh, one more time.
I killed her.
And I think I kinda liked it.
You murdered her.
Oh, forget about calling for the death of a child so soon? Stay here and rot, bitch. Out into Tommy Chong's sunroom.
Dave's not here!
Ollie is taken by Mr. Krabs, and their group is thinned out even more. Wait, can I go to the bathroom first? That gun will be handy. Get back in the car! Maybe screaming at the top of your lungs is the dumbest thing to do right now? I know that was dangerous, but you'll thank me later. Kiss our asses, child killers. Come on, Granny. Just one finger. David's wife is dead, so moving on. The journey is less encouraging. Oh, please just be a T-Rex. I was waiting the entire movie for this part. It was so intriguing in the book, and they didn't disappoint. They didn't show enough to ruin it, but just enough to make it real. I'm glad they showed as much as they did. They didn't turn it into a boss fight. They didn't add any action sequences around it. It was just an animal walking by, and that itself was terrifying. So off they go into the mist, hopeful to find help or escape the creatures. And that was the...
That's not how it ends.
Yes, it is. Shut up.
You know how it ends.
That's how the short story ends.
This ain't the short story, is it?
Okay, fine. Sadist. They run out of gas out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded. Rather than suffer at the tentacles of the creatures, they take drastic action. 5 people, 1 gun, 4 bullets, no cup. And a dad about to save a shit ton on college tuition. Look at the flowers, Billy. You son of a... Nothing left but lay back and let the tentacles, spiders, and stingy bugs, whatever, have their way with him. Bring it on, bitches, I was the Punisher. And that rumbling turns out to be the army, beating back the creatures as the mist dissipates. They all died for nothing. And that was the mist. I hope you're happy. Thomas Jane is just your average dad, but sometimes he's a bit of an ass himself at times. Most of the sympathetic characters wound up with a bullet in the face. A real raw deal. Andre Braugher plays pig-headed roles so well. When I see him in the cast, I'm gonna be prepared to hate his character. That changed with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, she's very dead.
He's a comedic genius, I'm gonna leave it at that. Even with faced with scaly, monstrous creatures that devour people, it always seemed to come down to humans being the worst of multiple evils when it comes to apocalyptic movies like this. And Marcia Gay Harden is so good at being a total wacko that it really makes you hate her character. I almost didn't do this movie, and I have to be mindful of what kind of mood I'm in when I put this on. She makes me want to punch the screen every time she's on. I just hate her character so much. Not many actors get that kind of a visceral reaction from me, even on repeated viewings. She gets one of the most satisfying ends that doesn't kill Iron Man. It's a testament to her acting skill, guys. Give it up for Marcia Gay Harden. I don't want to be that guy. Mrs. Carmody said they had to sacrifice Amanda and Billy to save them. And after they die, the mist goes away and they're saved? It's too hard to not draw conclusions, but I'm just trying not to go there. Still, the religious zealot seems to be a standard issue in any movie involving large groups. It's almost too easy. The soundtrack is minimal and makes the movie feel more like a documentary than a fictional narrative. Even the cinematography takes on a documentarian feel. It's handheld with quick zooms and a fairly gritty tone that gets grittier in black and white. Some of the CG may have had a rushed appearance to them, but it's a lot more forgiving in black and white. Speaking of black and white, the absence of color makes the movie spookier, bleaker, and even more dread-inducing. It looks like it belongs on the shelf with the original Night of the Living Dead and The Haunting. Still, it's not without its flaws. Some elements are a bit cliched and the pace drags in spots. I mean, Thomas Jane's character is a little on the bland side, but the show is stolen pretty much out from under him. There are minor differences to the original Stephen King short. The book has more depth to the characters, which of course is tough to do in a movie with this many players. The movie fleshes out the monsters more, puts more of a face on them, so to speak. The creatures are nicely weird, otherworldly, and all kinds of effed up nightmare fuel. That also takes away some of the mystery, but we're still left enough in the dark to keep most of the creatures scary. Fuck these spiders. Stephen King's hopeful yet open ending versus Frank Durabont's tragic nut punch. When Stephen King likes your ending more than his own, you did something right. They're out of gas, seconds before the meaningful glances start flying? How did they not see the army? Didn't they come from that same direction? These observations didn't occur to me until a decade after this ending first destroyed my soul, so it didn't really take anything away from the movie. The Mist is 4 Bs. It's a spooky, bloody, just intense movie. It really shows you the dark side of humanity. It kind of shatters any hope you have of people banding together if anything like this were really to happen. And stop hoarding your toilet paper, people. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment the bell, the usual YouTube stuff. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you later, kids. Toodles.